This news blast is sponsored by Qberg, Pittsburgh's source for LGBTQ plus news and community information. Learn more about Qberg by visiting their website, qberg.com. That's QBURGH.com. From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is our news blast for March 16th, 2025. In February, North Dakota became the latest of at least 9 states that have introduced legislation petitioning the United States Supreme Court to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges, the landmark decision granting marriage equality across the United States. Legislation in at least 5 of those states is nearly identical, the result of an orchestrated campaign by Mass Resistance, an anti-LGBTQ+ organization designated a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Massachusetts, where the group is based, was the first state to recognize same-sex marriage in 2004. The North Dakota measure, which is non-binding and would have no legal sway over the Supreme Court, states that the legislature rejects the 2015 Obergefell ruling and urges the High Court to overturn the decision and leave unaddressed the natural definition of marriage as a union between one man, a biological male, and one woman, a biological female. However, we can also report that the North Dakota Senate on Thursday rejected a measure, that particular measure, that would have asked the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn said landmark ruling that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. A vote to approve would have made North Dakota the first state to make such an overture to the High Court after the state House passed the measure last month. The resolution failed in a 16-31 Senate vote after about 10 minutes of debate. Nearly identical resolutions to reverse Obergefell have been introduced in Idaho, Michigan, Montana, and South Dakota. The hate group isn't making any secret of their role in the anti-marriage equality campaign. Mass Resistance has drafted text for state legislature resolutions that call on the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse its infamous and illegitimate Obergefell ruling. The group announces on its website, boasting more states to come. The organization has a long history attacking LGBTQ+ rights since it coalesced around the marriage equality fight in the early 2000s. Founder Brian Kamenker has equated homosexuality with bestiality and polygamy, denied gay men died in the Holocaust, denounced Secretary of State Mike Pompeo for declaring Pride Month at the State Department, claimed crime against gay people is caused by revulsion, promoted conversion therapy, claimed the FBI and CIA are under queer control, and asserted that there are few elite gay athletes because of the homosexual lifestyle. What a moron. The group's latest campaign is a return to their Christian nationalist roots. Marriage defined as one man and one woman is a particular religious view, Cody Schuler, advocacy manager for the ACLU's North Dakota chapter, told NBC News after the state house there approved the resolution. It's not held by all religions, all societies, or by non-religious people, and so therefore it is dangerous to be making that kind of statement because it puts legislators on record as to how they might vote on law, on a binding law, versus this non-binding resolution, Schuler said. But lawmakers pitching Obergefell's overturn are unrepentant about blurring the line between church and state, a goal Mass Resistance shares with groups like the Heritage Foundation, authors of Project 2025, Trump's Christian nationalist blueprint for a second term, and the Pumpkin Führer's regime. Now, as the regime's attacks against the LGBTQ+ community and other marginalized communities, attacks against DEI, and pretty much against the federal government's much-needed programs, we must remain united. You can keep informed and stay united with us by watching our videos on the PEP Radio channel on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. And on the Live 365 app, which allows you to take PEP Radio with you wherever you go. Up next, the National Weather Service forecast for the Meadville area here on PEP Radio.